You guys go ahead. What questions you got for me?
What's the ultimate takeaway from a duel like that?
You know, as your program evolves and you get better, you have to learn how to wrestle as a favorite and sometimes a strong favorite. And I guess the cliche is when you wrestle, Grandview's got everything to gain and nothing to lose in a situation like this. So we have to figure out how to wrestle with a huge target on our back. And I told all 10 guys, I said, you guys are all favored to win. And so now you have to go out and figure out how to do it when somebody really wants to win and somebody really wants to take you out. I knew Grandview would wrestle hard. They wrestled really hard, especially the first 5 weights. I was really impressed with how hard they wrestled us, and I knew they'd wrestle us hard. Coach Mitchell does a great job, and I think the fans got a lot out of it. There were some great scrambles. There were some close matches. We have to get better wrestling. We make too many technical mistakes. We've got some guys in here that wrestle pretty hard, but man, we got to get better wrestling the next week or two and continue to get better wrestling. That's my takeaway, and I'm going to let them know that.
Ramazan's season debut.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
Ramazan felt like I figured he'd feel first time down to weight, first time off the scale. I know I say that a lot this time of year, but it's real, and you can't fake it, and he felt it. He hasn't wrestled since the NCAA tournament last year when he got, when he had the injury to fall out on Thursday morning. So that's a long time to go and not have a real match. And I knew they'd had some matches. So I knew he was going to feel it, and he felt it. But he pushed through it and did a good job. And, now you got the first one over with, and hopefully it gets easier from here.
What have you really seen out of Jason Kreiser in the last 2 weeks?
Jason Kreiser, wow. It's like putting 2 cats in a dryer every doggone time, ain't it, huh? I mean, every time he gets out there. He does some really good things. We got to clean up some things, but he's a guy that you got to be careful to take too much away and try to make him too conservative because he's a pinner and he catches a lot of those pins and scrambles, and that's what I've learned about him. So from a coaching standpoint, it's a little dicey because you want him to go out there and throw it out there, but you want him to go out there and throw it out there smart, if there's such a thing. But he's getting some confidence. He's getting some confidence right now.
Pinero's match goes to OT. I know there were a lot of good things that he did in regulation, but what'd you ultimately take away?
Pinero's got to figure out how to separate himself. And, I felt like he could have given us that same effort in the match. He didn't need to do it in overtime. Like, that takedown was easy for him. Like, why didn't we see that before? But we made great strides with him. He's believing in himself more. He's believing in his shape more than anything. And that's always been his chink. But there's got to be a lot more there.
Could that have been just that guy was a little lanky. Pinero's a little bit more compact. Could that have been a stylistic thing for him?
Yeah, no, we just got to get better wrestling. I mean, we got in that leg 4 times and couldn't finish it. That's just technical. That's just, getting better wrestling. And maybe deciding, I don't care, I'm gonna get this daggone takedown no matter what. Instead of, maybe I won't get this. And I just don't think there was enough conviction in his effort to finish.
Casey having to navigate a little bit of stuff early. I know he's done that the last couple matches, but to see him pour it on in the third period like that against a seasoned guy.
Yeah, he's kind of salty in the third period.
Yeah,
he's kind of salty.
How did it feel to be back in Humboldt? The crowd. What was the day like for you?
I knew we'd have a great crowd. I knew it'd be a great atmosphere, and Humboldt always brings it, and it's exciting. And we're going to keep doing it. We'll try to get a D1 team in here next year. Some type of a storyline to get everybody fired up, but these fans show up.
Coach, getting into the Hall of Fame here, at Humboldt, was it something you knew, or they kind of throw it on you?
They threw that on me about a day or so ago, so I guess they're building a new building out here, and they're going to have a Hall of Fame, so I think it's just because I was in town. That's why they gave it to me. Otherwise, I don't know if I would have got it, but I think just the fact that I was in town, they said, well, let's just throw this to Dresser.
And just kind of talk about being here, seeing everybody, being back in town, and tonight and everything. It's kind of a great experience to get back.
When I moved back here, 5.5 years ago, I can't believe how many times I've been back to Humboldt. I can promise you I've been to Humboldt. In the last 5.5 years, more than I was from the time I was 18 until 2017. So that's 1981 to 2017. I didn't come home much when I went away to college. I didn't come home hardly at all. I was kind of a mat rat in the wrestling room all the time. And so, between Humboldt helping us in the fundraising world, between Humboldt hosting this, just between reconnecting with a lot of friends, I stop and play golf here quite a bit. This is just home.
Thanks, Coach.